So, growing up, I wanted to be Ken Griffey Jr., I wanted to be Omar Vizquel. These are all baseball players that I grew up watching, and they're awesome. Ozzie Smith and Ray Ordonez and Jose Reyes and guys of that nature. And then I got to a place to where I got to about seventh to eighth grade, and I was like, athletically, I'm just as good as these guys. Of course, they're in the pros and stuff, but at the level I'm at, I'm just as good as a lot of my classmates and a lot of my other teammates and individuals throughout the city I was living in, which was Stanford at the time. And Stanford had some bad boys, like some bad ball players. And from that day on, I remember in middle school, like how I used to wear, everybody used to wear the headbands, I wore the ankle band, like I wore the ankle band. Everybody used to put the headbands on the head. I put it on my knee. Like I was just different. And I didn't, at that time, I didn't think I did it for attention. Could have been, could have been. But I had no problem being different. Like I remember in middle school intramurals back in Clunan. Bulldogs all day, baby, yeah. But I remember intramurals. I remember when everybody used to wear the headbands, try to be like Tim Hardaway and Jason Terry. I'd put the joint around my leg. Like I just had to be different. My swag had to be different. I remember when everybody would get the sweatbands and put them on the elbows like Anthony Hardaway. I would put it on my shin. Like I just had to be different. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Like I thought it was dope. I was excited to go out there and look different. People tucked their jersey in, I tucked the front in. Had the back out. You know what I'm saying? People would sag their pants. I tightened my belt extra tight. Why? I don't know. Being different it was more important to me, and my dad stressed to me very young. Well, my dad, my Uncle Joe, who raised me the latter part of my teenage years, taught me, be different. Why put so much energy and effort in being like everybody else when you were made to stand out? And from then on, like I remember back in sixth grade, from then on, I remember the phase where everybody would wear a jersey, where everybody would wear football jerseys. Like, you was dope if you had a football jersey. I went a step further. I would take the bands from my jerseys, put them over the sleeves, because, the sleeves, were loose. And I would put the bands over my sleeves, and I would roll them. I would tuck them in, so it looked like it was fitted to my arms. You know how huge that used to make my biceps look? How big? How I can tell you, I can count anywhere between 5 to 10 girls. Oh my God, your arms are so big. And come on, sixth grade, I was puny. I was tiny, but it was just, my swag was different, and it looked good. Baseball, I went through the phase when everybody, people started leaning more towards the longer pants and stuff like that. I liked the Chipper Jones look. I would roll my socks all the way up to my kneecaps. Like, I like that old fashioned Chipper Jones look. It worked for me. My swag was different. I dared to be different. Everybody would go sit in the left corner of the cafeteria, during lunchtime. I go sit in the middle. Like during, assemblies, everybody wanted to sit in the back. I sat in the front. During class, I sat in the front. Like, I made it my business. I dared to be different. I didn't want to be like everybody else. And now that I'm older, I still don't want to be like nobody else. I don't want to drive the same cars as everybody else. I don't want the same kicks as everybody else. I don't want to watch the same stuff on TV. I just want to be different. I pride myself on being different. I pride myself on being a unique individual. Because that's the way God made me. That's the way He made it. That's the way He made it. That's the way it should be. And I believe that's the way it's always going to be. So, guys, embrace being different. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't be afraid. And it's funny how we all try to fit in so much, but if you look at all the TV stars and the rappers and the sports stars that we follow, Cam Newton, he dresses ridiculously, but people love him. Russell Westbrook, crazy, but people love him. Like, they're unique, they're different, and they don't care. Be different, y'all. You only get one life to live. Enjoy it to the fullest. Dare to be different. Make a choice. Make your choice. Make a choice for yourself and dare to be different. All right, y'all. Peace. So as I was stating, I personally took pride in middle school on daring to be different. I didn't want to be like anyone. Like, for the simple fact that, hey, you got my sneakers or you got my shirt or you got my things like that irritated me. So I definitely didn't want to act or conduct myself or carry myself like anyone else. Personally, that's just me. And then I even raised my kids to have that same man. I even raised my kids to have that same mentality and attitude. You're unique. If God wanted you, I say this all the time. If God wanted you to that one that wants attention, you know who you are. If God wanted you to be like everyone else, He would have made you just like everyone else. He made you different with your attitude, your mind, your athletic ability, your ability to talk to people, your ability to influence people, and all of those things. Your ability to be a leader. He made you different, and specifically different for a reason. Don't waste that. Don't get caught up in trying to be like everyone else. Dare to be different. Make better decisions and choices. Dare to be different. I plead that out to every young person, everybody out there. If God wanted us to all be the same, we'd all look alike, sound alike, talk alike, dress alike, walk alike, this alike, that alike, everything just alike. He made us specifically different. Specifically, y'all, different for a reason. Because He didn't want to be tied down with the same old, boring. It's bad enough we all wear around the same clothes, have the same hairstyle sometimes, we're the same type of TV shows, and so forth and so on. He made us different. Dare to be different. I challenge you. I dare you to be different. And watch how awesome it feels, because you were created to stand out. You were created to feel like a sore thumb. Human beings, us, we messed that up. We made that something, oh, we don't want to be different. We don't want to stand out. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want to stand out because you were made uniquely and specifically for a particular time and place such as now. You want to be different, guys. Dare to be different. Stop trying to fit in. If you're wondering why you're not fitting in, because you're not supposed to fit in. I'm just saying. Stating the obvious. You wonder why you're not fitting in. You're not fitting in with certain friends or certain people or certain groups or cliques. Because you're not supposed to. Duh. So again, be mindful. The choices you make affect everything you do. From the time you wake up to the time you lay your head down. And not even realizing it, the choices you make today, right now, this particular moment, will affect your tomorrow. Your kids tomorrow. Your families tomorrow. Your future tomorrow. Dare to be different, guys. Step out on faith and dare to be different. I promise you, it's not as scary as it may seem. Or it's not as scary as it may look, or it's not as scary as people are telling you. Dare to be different. And another thing, those people out there telling you, be like me, be like this, dress like this, act like this, that's because they're afraid to be different. I promise you, they're afraid to be different. They know they're supposed to be unique. They know there are things about them that aren't like anybody else. Why they need you to act like them, or look like them, or dress like them, or do the things that they do. Because they're afraid to be different. So you don't be afraid. You step out on faith or whatever it is that you believe and be different. Show them there's nothing wrong with standing out. Show them there's nothing wrong with being quote unquote the sore thumb. Show them there's nothing wrong with being unique. Nothing.